Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kaylee Mings, and I'm one of the co-hosts for tonight's event. While I might not sound like it, I actually am based in London. Although I'm originally from Texas, so it's such a full circle moment being back here. I'd love to just tell you a little bit about myself and my journey into women's health, as well as the company that I work for, Calla Lilly Clinical Care. For me, it started when I was studying product design at Stanford. In my senior year, I did my project around the period care industry, and in that, I really was exposed to how little I knew about women's health, how little I knew about my own body. I think growing up in Texas, retrospectively, I realized that education around reproductive care, sexual health, period care was really lacking. And I knew from that moment that I really wanted to work in this space. I then moved to the UK and studied sustainable development at St. Andrews, and again focused on period care. I did my dissertation on the space, and again was just really wanting to work in the industry, but I didn't quite know how to tap into it. I then moved to London shortly after graduating, and as any recent grad does to try to figure out what to do, I Googled it. And I Googled top femtech companies in London, and I found Calla Lilly Clinical Care. Basically hounded the CEO, and long story short, ended up becoming employee number 6. We're now 3 times larger 2 years later, and it's been really cool to be part of that experience. And as I'm sure you can imagine, working at a startup, a lot has changed in those 2 years. But some of you might be wondering, what is Calla Lilly Clinical Care and what do you do? What do you guys do? So we are developing a vaginal drug delivery device for miscarriage prevention and IVF treatment for progesterone delivery. And if anyone's going through IVF, you need to take progesterone. In the US, the gold standard is to take intramuscular jabs, which are very laborious. It's actually, the progesterone is suspended in an oil, so you have to use a lot of force to inject it. The needle itself is about twice the size of a COVID needle. You have to inject it very slowly. Really horrible experience. And in the UK and other parts of the world, the standard care is vaginal pessaries. But these have their drawbacks too. They're really leaky. Because they're leaky, there's a lot of anxiety around how much dosage you're actually getting. And so that's really at the core of what Calavid is trying to achieve. And we have a really exciting milestone coming up. We're going into our first in-woman trial this year. Yeah, really exciting. And I think that's really at the core of why I wanted to bring everyone together today, is that we are all working in this space. We all know that it's really hard. I think that we can all really help each other and elevate each other. We might have different experiences, different expertise, work in different sectors within women's health, but we all need help. We are fundraising. We are doing a really big PR push at the moment. We are also what was my last thing? Sorry. Yeah, but anyways, I will be here all night. If anything that I said resonates with you, or you want to learn more about Calla Lilly, I would be very happy to talk to you. And before I introduce Teresa, I just want to say a massive thank you to my Aunt Laura, because, yeah, big round of applause. This is her beautiful home that she has so generously offered up for us tonight. So thank you. I don't know where you are. Yeah, there you are. Thank you so much for this, and also to you and my mom for always supporting me. And I just want to embarrass Teresa really quickly, because we actually met online about a year ago, and if you don't know this already, if you just go onto her LinkedIn profile, you can book a meeting with her.
Oh, thank you.
Hopefully this doesn't now inundate you with meetings, but for someone like me starting out in my career, it was really amazing. She'll tell you what a superstar she is and what Femivate is doing, but for me to be able to just book her time and we're also both from Texas, and I think it's just really cool that we got to put this event together tonight. So yeah, great to see you all here. It's so nice seeing this come to life, and I'll give you the mic.
Thank you. So imagine my surprise when she reaches out and she's like, we should co-host an event at South by. And I was like, oh yeah, we absolutely should. So double thanks to Laura for your beautiful home and welcoming all of us here. And I don't know if anybody saw the birdhouses next door. There's a sanctuary behind us that she's created for the Blue Martins, and it's very beautiful. And if you can come back during the day, maybe you'll be able to hear them or see them. So my name is Teresa Neal. I have a software design company called Guidea. A couple years ago, we decided we wanted to help women and help in women's health, and so we spun up this little bitty idea called Femivate. And 2.5 years later, we've invested $2 million in design capital pro bono to 60 early stage femtech companies all across women's healthcare verticals, all across the continuum of care. We are all in on women's health. We have learned so much and had just the amazing opportunity working with the most fantastic founders. A bunch of you are in the audience. I see Sheila. I see you, Kim. I see you, Jen. Yes, so many different folks are here. So far, of the 60 teams, about half have raised about $120 million. They've received ARPA-H grants, a CDC, Department of Defense, NSF. I'm missing some other RADx grants. All the different grants. We have 14 clinical trials going, I think, or some have just wrapped up, and 7 of the teams have received FDA clearance. So we didn't know at the time what we were starting, but now looking back, we can see we started to make an impact. And that's another reason that we brought you here today. It was just a little teeny idea, and now we've made this big of an impact. If you have an idea, you can make an impact too. And so I would encourage anybody here today, you're probably heads down if you're an entrepreneur. You probably don't have a lot of extra time to spare. But if you do, reach out and help somebody that's here today. Or when somebody books something on your LinkedIn calendar and says, hey, can we talk for 30 minutes? Make the time, because you never know who you're gonna meet. And I meet the most amazing people that way. So thank you all for listening to me. If you have any questions about Femivate or really anything about women's health, we consult, we offer our time, we offer our expertise to help anybody in this space. So thank you all.
So sorry, like 30 seconds. I just want to remind everyone we have a load of merch on the patio or on the porch, so please help yourself. There's like hundreds of everything.